So hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and guys welcome to your other important session of ESI news that is catering to the examination of NABARD and RBI. Now guys if I talk about today's session, so today's session I will be discussing again important things that were there mentioned in PIP, that is from 27th to 30th of April. The topics that were mentioned that were very much important in the PIV was Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, and the second was the Delhi Amendment Act of 2021. Now guys, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to the Telegram channel. Kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you could get the updates about all the upcoming exams or what are the changes there. So you could have a look at all these things in our YouTube channel. If you want to have an access to the PDF, kindly subscribe to the Telegram channel, the link for which is given in the description below. Now guys, here we have provided you that how we will be meeting you. So for ESI current affairs, I will be joining you on Wednesday and Saturday at 8 a.m. Now, the other important thing are the revision masters, guys. So I have asked you a question on World Malaria Report of 2020, and I am really glad that Mr. Vishak has given the answer there. So I want, guys, maximum of you should be the part of our revision masters also. Now, let's start with the first topic, that is by the name of Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. Now, what was the news is recently the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, they have informed that this Agriculture Infrastructure Fund has crossed rupees 8,000 crore mark, which simply says they have informed us that 8,216 crore rupees have been sanctioned under this Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. Now guys, the two important things that you should remember whenever you talk about any kind of fund. See, if fund has been sanctioned, first thing is what are the contributing agents of those fund, and the second thing we should know is that how the fund has been disbursed. Now if I talk about the contribution agents, so these are primary agriculture credit societies, agri entrepreneurs and the individual farmers. Out of that, if we say that more than 50% contribution to this fund is being made by the primary agriculture credit societies. Now fund has been disbursed to states. So if I talk about the top 5 leading states who have availed this agriculture infrastructure fund, that is Andhra Pradesh, it has received the maximum funding. Then it is being preceded, followed by Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Rajasthan. One very important information, guys, that you should remember is that is for the non-primary agriculture credit societies application, which means those persons who have not got the funded from primary agriculture credit societies. At that, Madhya Pradesh, that is there, Madhya Pradesh has received the maximum funding. Very important information, guys, for in terms of all funding, Andhra Pradesh. But if I talk about non-primary agriculture credit societies, then it is Madhya Pradesh. Now let's discuss about this agriculture infrastructure fund, guys. So first thing is, this is a name of a fund which is basically being used by the government as a central sector scheme, which simply says that the 100% funding here is provided by the central government. Okay. Now when I talk about any kind of fund or any kind of scheme, the most important question is when it was launched, who is implementing that thing. So implementing agency, we know it is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Launching year, it was launched in year 2020 as a part of the 20 lakh package which was announced under the COVID-19 crisis, which simply says Atmanirbhar package. Okay, now let's discuss about the fund, guys. The first important thing about this funding is it is basically a fund that is used, that is being given for debt financing facility, and it will be provided for us at a medium to long term funding will be provided there. Now the important thing that you should remember whenever any kind of funding is provided, the purpose of the funding and how this funding will be, in which form this funding will be provided to us. So the purpose of the funding is it is for the post harvest management infrastructure and community farming. Simply one thing important information is, guys, the funding will be provided for post harvest management, not for pre-harvest. Okay, that is one thing important. Then for community farming, not to single individual farmer, for community farming this infrastructure funding will be provided. Then second thing, how it will be provided. So it will be provided in the form of interest subvention and as a part of financial support. So which means you will be getting some amount, but out of that amount, if some interest will be charged to us, you will be getting the interest waiver also. That is the meaning of interest subvention. Now talking about the detail of the fund. So guys, this is something very much important. The target for this fund is, that is rupees 1 lakh crore will be disbursed to the for the post harvest management and for your community farming. Now, who will be disbursing these funds? So guys, the funding will be provided to you by primary agriculture credit societies, market cooperative societies, FPOs, then is farmer joint liability groups, SHGs, cooperative, agri entrepreneurs, startups, individual farmers, or any kind of central or state agency which is basically being sponsored by the public private partnership project. Now see, from that thing, these are the agents who are contributing, but we have discussed this. What the minister has informed is around more than 50% is being contributed by the PACS. Okay. Then the other important information is the duration of this fund. So duration of the fund is, guys, it is for the amount, it is for up to 10 years you will be getting the funding. That is the duration of this full-fledged scheme. That is from 2020, financial year 2020 to financial year 2029. Very important information. So we have discussed that 1 lakh crore rupees will be distributed. Okay, 1 lakh crore rupees we have to disburse. How it will be disbursed? That is, first of all, the government has informed that for the financial year 2020, then 10,000 crore rupees will be disbursed. Okay, then rupees 30,000 crore will be provided to the people. That is, it will be disbursed in the coming 3 financial years, which simply says FY 2020 10,000 crores, financial year 2021 30,000 crores, financial year 2020 to 30,000 crores, and for financial year 2033 30,000 crores, which simply means this is how the fund will be dispersed. Now we simply say, sir, we say कि sir scheme तो 10 years की है, but funding is being dispersed in this coming years. Now let's discuss about that thing. Before discussing, guys, there is one important information that you should remember is loan cap. Loan cap simply means that what amount of loan will be provided to us. This is something very much important in this fund is that is there is not a minimum or maximum loan cap, which means that is not in nowhere it has been mentioned what is the minimum amount of loan that will be given or what is the maximum amount of loan that will be given. Now here one thing that you should remember, because you might get confused with the point that I'm discussing in the next point, that is interest subvention. So government has informed that is it will be providing interest subvention at 3% per annum. Okay, maximum period is 7 years and for a period that is for up to a limit of rupees 2 crores. So now this is something, guys, that you should remember. Let's discuss it with an example. Okay, for example, you are getting an 8% interest. That is the interest that is being charged to you is 8%. 3% it will be waiving off to you. That is, now you have to pay only 5% because 3% government says it will be paying. That is 3% interest subvention. Okay. Now let's say your loan amount that has been sanctioned to you is 5 crores. Okay, 5 crore was a loan that has been sanctioned to you. Now this is something that you have to remember, that is for just rupees 2 crores. Okay, for just rupees 2 crores, guys, you will be getting this interest subvention of 3 crore. For the rest 3 crore, you have to pay the interest at 8% per annum. This is the meaning of this interest subvention to a maximum of rupees 2 crore. Okay, this is something that you should remember. Now, one thing very much important when we talk about any kind of loan procedure is if whether could be any kind of lingering term there or not. For that purpose, the government has assured us that is the applications, guys, has to be covered up within 60 days. That is within a maximum period of 60 days, the decision on the loan application has to be done. Whether the loan would be approved or not, you have to finalize that thing within 60 days. Now, the other important is your moratorium period. So moratorium period simply means that if for some time you are not paying any amount regarding to your loan, you will not be charged any kind of penalty. That is simply the term meaning of moratorium is all about. Now here it has been said that minimum moratorium you will be getting for up to 6 months and a maximum you could get a moratorium up to 2 years. Okay, this is the purpose of minimum and maximum moratorium. Then what is the purpose? Why we want this kind of infrastructure funding? Because that is again important thing, sir. We lots of infrastructure projects or lots of agri schemes are there in use. Why we want this agriculture infrastructure fund? The most important thing is it will lead to creation of job opportunities, because at post harvesting you could say we need tractors to transportations, we need any kind of chemicals, we need harvesting things, we need combined harvesters. For that purpose, guys, if you are investing on that thing, it will be ultimately leading to job opportunities. That is in rural areas. So for that purpose, this scheme is very much important. Okay. How it will be managed? So guys, the fund will be managed and monitored through this management information system portal that would be developed by the department. Okay. Very important thing. Now you are getting the fund. Who is providing you guarantee? What is the guarantee that you will be repaying this 2 crore rupees? What is the guarantee for the interest subvention? So for that purpose, the government has informed that is, guys, credit guarantee will be covered under the CGTMSE scheme, that is Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises scheme. This is again important scheme, and you should tell me about that scheme as a part of your homework. Okay. Now, very important information, that is for normal purpose CGTMSE scheme will be used, but for the farmer produce organizations, the government has informed that FPO, that is the 1000 FPO or FPO promotion scheme of Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare, they would be providing you the credit guarantee. Okay. Now, moving further, guys, the important thing is, we have discussed the topic. Let's discuss some practice MCQs. So here I have provided you a full-fledged paragraph. Now the question that I have asked you is maximum state that has received maximum funding. We know it is Andhra Pradesh. The other question is maximum contributing, that is highest contributing financial institute, that is we know Primary Agriculture Credit Societies. Then I have provided you a statement based questions, that is a new pattern we have witnessed in the examinations. So I have given you some 3 statements. The question I am asking is which among the following statement is or are correct. So you have to tell me the scheme has a loan cap of rupees 2 crores, limit is 2 crore, interest subvention is 3%, and we will be getting the interest for 7 years. Duration is 10 years, that is from financial year 2020 to 2029. Okay. Now you tell me the correct statement. We know that first statement is wrong because there is no cap in the, if we talk about no maximum cap or no minimum loan cap is there in this fund. Now let's move towards the second topic of the day, that is by the name of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Act of 2021. Now most of you might be thinking, guys, whether this kind of fact we have to cover or not. Guys, based on the previous year papers or previous year analysis, we have witnessed that yes, these kind of questions. Now what we have to see is we have to pick something that could be asked in your examination. Now I will be discussing about that also. The news was that Ministry of Home Affairs has given some clarification on the GNCTT Act of 1991. Because the new act has been passed by the name of Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Act of 2021, that has amended the Act of 1991. So most of the confusion that was there is because it is altering the legal responsibilities, constitutional responsibilities of the state government or the UT government of Delhi. It says it has not hampered to anything. Okay, whether subjects related to state list or concurrent list, the decision will be taken by the Legislative Assembly. Now let us discuss what are the changes that have been made. So the changes or the provisions of the bill simply says it has given more power to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. Which simply says, if I talk about, so how I am saying more power, definition of government simply means that any law, if it is made by the Legislative Assembly, it simply means that the decision is being conducted on the behalf of Lieutenant Governor, not on the behalf of Chief Minister of Delhi. That is by the definition of government. Then we have discretionary powers of Lieutenant Governor, which means final matter, any kind of matter, the final decision will be taken by the Lieutenant Governor. Okay. Other important, necessary granting any kind of opportunity, it will be again be done by the Lieutenant Governor. Then if I talk about any kind of administrative decision, that will go and be taken by the Lieutenant Governor. So guys, these are the points that you just have to go through, but don't cram that points. Now why the question could be important? See this amendment, 69th Amendment Act 1991, Article 239A, 239B. Now these are kind of things that could be asked to us in our examination, because we have specifically in our syllabus, there is one thing that has been mentioned is Indian political system. So we have a topic by the name of Indian political system. So these kind of questions now based on our syllabus, these are kind of things that could be asked to us. Okay? On 1991, Delhi was given the status of UT with the Legislative Assembly. Then this Act of 1991 was passed, and for all these purposes, how you will be getting what are the powers of Chief Minister, what are the powers of LG, that were defined. That has now been amended. Now the question, see, this is again the practice MCQ. The question that could be asked to us is, according to which of the following amendment Delhi has got the status of UT. So you might be saying, sir, ये तो polity question है. ठीक है? This is a question of polity and this is a UPSC based question. No guys, Because if you look at the syllabus, the question could be asked to us, and this is a very relevant question for our examination. It could be easily asked in the phase 2 examination also. Okay, so answer we know it is by the 69th amendment. Okay. Now coming to the homework question, guys. See the homework that I has discussed with you earlier. Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micros and Small Enterprises Scheme. You have to tell me about 2 to 3 lines or something about the scheme. What is the type of guarantee that is being provided to the MSMEs or the MSMEs by this credit guarantee, or who is providing the guarantee. So I hope that now I will be getting more persons who will be answering this specific things about the scheme. Now guys, if you have any kind of query or any kind of suggestion, you could drop us an email. Our email ID is hello@edutap.co.in. If you want to have a conversation with us, you could place us a call. Our mobile number is 81462 So I hope guys the lecture is fruitful for you. You will be joining us for the future perspective also, or for the future endeavors also. So bye bye.